Right, I've got some apple juice inside on me. Lovely, and I'm all ready to go. I've got apple juice instead of coffee today. Don't know why, I just did it. Right, I'm going to wet my paper, but I'm going to wet it with a cream colour. Creamy colour. There we are. Stick a bit of normal matter in as well. In fact, actually, my watter's a cream colour. Anyway, it's that mucky. Look at the state of that. Add a bit of cream in. You know, bum, 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 bum. I'll bring that cream colour all the way down to the bottom there. There, that's that. Right, now, going now to a purple colour. Red and blue makes purple. Just use whatever red you've got and whatever blue you've got. Mix your set up. A nice purple colour. And that sort of goes through there like that. Nice. And then I'm going to a blue colour. Whatever blue you've got, don't worry about it. Just use whatever that's got. So I'll have blue up here. Up in there like that. And a bit of blue down there. I'm going to dab out some clouds. Cloud about there. I'm going to have another one about there, something like that. Oh, I tell you what, I nearly forgot. I want some mountains in. So I'll put my mountains in there. They're going to be quite faint. There, about, I don't know, something like that. Just pour them in fast. Pour them in fast, and then you can. So I think I'm going to put some clouds in down here. And I might bring them through. Cut them through my mountains like that. So they're actually coming through my mountains like that there. Nice little effect. There, I think that's. There, a few clouds in there, look. And a few bits. Just touching through me mountains a bit. They're that far away. Oh, I didn't fill that in. You know what? That looks like a bit of mist going there, so I think I'll leave that. Right, so that's that. We'll just dab some of this stuff here just to get rid of the. That'll do. Excess. Right, I'm going to get that dry now. About 10 acres. Yeah. Anyway, right, I'm going to use sort of all these colours now to make a nice, colourful looking sea. Right, so I'll start with a bit of that blue, I think. Just coming in there. Just coming in there like that. And then I think I'll go a bit below, a bit across there, a bit in there. And then I think I'll swap now, give me a brush wash and swap quickly, quick as I can, because I don't want this drying on me, to that cream colour. Then hopefully it'll all blend in. It has actually dried a bit. Not to worry. I think I'll still get it all to blend. So that's that. Something like that. And then I'll go back into a bit more of that blue again. There, because I was quicker that time. It mixed better. Right, let's get some purple. Some purple in that sky. So I'll whack a bit of that in. There. Let's go back to some more of that. Some more of that cream colour. some of this will end up going a sort of green colour, I think, by the time I've done. And that'll suit me to ground. Because on my original photo, that's what happens. It's to a greenish colour. Yeah. A bit more blue in there, I think. Dee, 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 dee. Dab a bit more water in. More water. I'll keep nicking paint from up here, I think. And them colours will mix on their own, probably, hopefully. So a bit more of that, a tad more of that cream colour in there. Something like that. It's not looking bad, is it, at that? And then, yeah, that's like an ump there, where they, something like that, yeah. Let's see. Let me just wet my brush a bit more and just come over the whole lot and try and blend everything in a bit. There. Oh, that don't look like a bad C, does it? That's a bit of C. There. Right then, now some cream colour and just pop in a beach. That's a beach there. Nice bit of beach. There. That'll do me. Pull that in. In fact, this, I'm going to just blend that a bit. Blend it in a bit. I can do a bit there and all. It's mainly that bit I want, because this is all going to get covered in a second. Right, now. Right. I need some greens now. Mix up some greens. So, blue and yellow makes green. If it's too bright, add a bit of red. That'll dull it a bit. And then end up with a nice looking green colour. There. That's not looking bad. Bit more water. Let me spray a bit of water in there. Just spraying a bit of water into my palette. I don't like dipping my brush in because I'll lose paint. That's how pesky I am. Right, so we'll have some greens in there. Like that. Something like that. And some greens in there. Like that. Yeah, right. Over there they seem to go. Bright greens will come right over from about there. Come over about there like that. And something about there. And come up there, something like that. And then back and then in about there, something like that, that's it. And these bits are all sticking up and that like that. Loads of sticky uppy bits. Oh, that's good. Squeeze that out. Squeeze my brush out, soak up this stuff here, squeeze my brush out again. I think what I might do, take some of that front bottom and just smooth it in like that, just to blend it in nicely. Right, and then I think bitter dry. Ow. Spin it upside down so my paint dries more that way. See. carpet. Anyway, never mind any of that. Right, let's spin this back. Start looking again. Right, that's looking nice. So I want to just pep up some of that a bit more. Add some grasses in there. A bit of grass in there, a bit there, a little bit there. Just using. See how my tips are. See how my tips are all sticky out at that. I'm using them to give me some grasses. That always works well. I think I'll use a bit of that up here. In fact, when I get up here, look, I'm just going to use the side of my brush chiselled and just do that. Got some grasses up here. Now, look at that. Show you another good little trick. Do that. Get your credit card, or wherever card, any card. Scratch some grasses in like that. There. In fact, I like to use that end of that. Look, can you see that? Chiselled. Likes to use that in it. Do some more. Oh, that's looking good. There's that then. Pop some more in. Looking good. In fact, I tell you what, I'm just looking at this bit here. Well, I'm going to do some negative painting there. And now that, there's a light spot. See what I'm doing? So I'm painting my light grasses into there, like that. And then if I do that, that'll help with that effect. So that's like the top of my light grasses there. I can get me rigger. I can pull some more bits in like that one. There, nice. Get some more mixed in. Some bits in here, look. They can be my bits leading into them bits. Oh, in there like that. Oh, wow. That's working nice. Look at that. I like that. And then again. Take that way, look. And that little light bit. So I painted the tops of them grasses there by doing negative painting with the dark against the light in it. Try it. Try negative painting. It's probably, negative painting I'd say is probably the most difficult technique in watercolour. So challenge yourself and try it. Try a bit here, look. There's some in there like that, look, down at that bottom bit. It's a very good grassy effect actually, that. I likes it. Get some rigger work, look. Pop a bit of that in. There. Nice. Get some rigger work on this other side and all. That's it. A bit darker. Stand that a bit more. There, I think that's sort of not looking bad. Right, what I'm going to do now, tiny bit of rigger work down here. Just a few little blades of grasses in there, a few in there, a few there, and a few down there. I think that's probably enough. A bit darker. Let's pop a few more through that bit there. I think that's looking alright to me. A few in there. Can I get a couple of scratches in around there? I think it's probably a bit too dry. Never mind, can I get some in here? That's probably a bit wet. I'll leave that and try and, if I remember, try and scratch some in there when it dries. In fact, let me dry it a bit. Try and put some in. So I only forget. My stepbrother Doofus, he's been moaning. Apparently he was sitting in traffic for about an hour today and he got run over. I've told him not to sit like there in the, but he don't listen. So, ooh, see what I did then? I nearly flicked a splodge on there. That would have been a bit of a nightmare, to be fair. Put a few in there. That'll do. That's enough detail in there so it looks like a bit of grass. That's all you need. It's got to look like a bit of grass. Right. Let's pop in. Let me see. Well, let me just sit back. Got some boats to go in. Yeah, let's pop them boats in. I've got some boats to go in. So I'll pop some boats in now. So I'll use a bit of sort of really dark bluish colour, I think, for that. A bit of Payne's grey and quite a lot of blue, I think. So look. Yeah, that's not a bad colour. So I'll have a big one about there. Big and about there. Not that big. And then I'll have a couple of little ones. One about there. And then a sort of long one about there. Pop some. That one's got a little lid on it about there. Something like that. And then a little. What's these called? A mast in it. I think that's called a mast. Pop a little mast on it. This one's got a little mast on it. About there. Something like this one has. Something like that, I think. Right. I'll let that dry a bit. I'll put some designer's white gouache into them boats. Some little white bits in them. Right, now, let's see. Let's say Fisherman. And let's put him in. Let's give him a sort of reddish jacket, I think. A reddish, orangish jacket. That'll suit him and make him stand out. I don't know if any of you lot's ever been sea fishing, but then I would have. Right, let's pop him in. We'll make him look like a bit of a chubby bloke. He's been eating loads of his own fish where he's caught, I think. Something like that. A bit of, I always tend to put like a little bit of elbow sticking out just there. Take him to there. Actually, I probably shouldn't have his joint from his bottom of his coat to his legs there. Tell you what, let's take that a bit lower. And give him a long coat, that's it. And then he's got some blue jeans on, I think. There, something like that. Let's say he's got shall I make him an old boy? Let's give him some grey here. We'll make him an old boy. Give him some grey here. So a bit of blue, a bit of Payne's grey, a bit of white. See what that looks like. I don't know if this is going to stand out enough. That's the trouble. No, change my mind. That's not going to stand out enough. We're going to take his ear. Even let me want to dab that. We'll take his ear to a colour that stands out a bit better than that. He's having. Let's try a brownie, Marcy blonde. There we are. I've got Marcy blonde brownie there, and that actually will do for me shadow as well. So let's say my light's coming in this way, so we'll take him a shadow. Maybe a bit more water in it. Take him a shadow, cross like that. Just going in behind that grass there. That's it. Oh, he's going to need a fishing rod. That's going to be silhouetted, so I'm going to do that with a black colour. So, put a bit there going through there. Make it I never really know quite how long to make these fishing rods, I just guess. There we are, about like that. I just stood, peaceful and quietful, doing a bit of fishing. Give him a slight dark side. I tell you what, let's give him, if I can slightly darken him down one side so it looks like the sun's coming in that way as well. Slightly darker down one side. Just blend that up. There. Could even go a bit of a white highlight on him. Shall I try that? Suppose it's not right, will it? Nice little white highlight on him. Just doing these little details, and it can just bring your picture to life sometimes. So let's keep. Tiny little white highlight. Plenty of white paint on my brush. See, I'm going to take some. Oh, actually, looking at that. Look at that, I've got all white paint around the top there on my gouache. So I'll take some off there. That'll do. Don't need much. And then just give him a little bit of an highlight across top on him. There, look, maybe even across his head a bit. We'll just wait sun's hitting him. Even stick a bit top of that fishing rod a bit. Just shows it's a nice hot day when you do that. With the sunshine out. Yeah, looks alright, doesn't he? He's got a long coat on, he stood fishing. Oh, there's a big ear in it there. Get rid of that. There. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted. I wanted some white in these boats, didn't I? So there's a bit of a sort of white lid there on that bit, and then there's a white tip across all there. That looks nice. Pour it on quite thick because this will dry light, so you can't quite see it as good as when it goes on, sort of thing. So pour a bit more on than what you actually want. There, and that one's got a bit of white on top and all. So I want these quite faint anyway, but got to remember it's going to dry even fainter. There. Now, what else do I need? I think a couple of sort of white wavy things, a couple of white waves, so some more water in here. Same with this, I'm going to paint them a little bit stronger than what I want them, because these are going to fade right back. So let's have one sort of come in through there. Obviously the further they get back, the less you see them. Could have something coming off a boat there. See these here, although put them in stronger than you want, because these are going to fade off. You'll hardly see these in a bit. I want them quite subtle anyway, but look how much they've faded up front there, so I'm going to have to go over them again. They've virtually disappeared, look, that one there is nearly gone. So like that looks really strong now, or it'll virtually disappear in a minute. That's it, don't need too much, especially as we go further back. There we go. I think that's probably about enough. I think when I've done here, me and my stepbrother Doofus, we're going to watch we've got a box set that we want to watch. Last night we watched a full box set, back to back. I just wished I'd have been the one facing telly. That'd have been fantastic. There we are. Chuck a few bugs in. Peter and Paul. Two pods, I always call them Peter and Paul. Fly away Pete, you know when you're a kid, fly away Peter, fly away Paul. That's why I calls them Peter and Paul, innit? Peter and Paul. Right, let's have a look. I want to put them somewhere white so they contrast well. That's a little white patch there. Peter, Paul. Oh, it looks like there's another bird there. Let's make that into two birds flying together. That looks a bit weird. Actually, it looks quite good. And then another one up there. There's 4 birds in that. I tell you what, might look good. A seagull in there somewhere. I'm not going to bother, but you could paint it somewhere where it's dark. Paint a white seagull in or something if you want. I don't know. So you've got focal point there. These probably it might get a bit much. So I'm going to leave mine. Oh, I'll tell you what I do need. Tell them what I do need. A bee and a D. Where shall I put it? Shall I put it in there? B for Bertie. Get a bit more water on my brush. And a D for D. Bertie D. B D. Bertie D. See you on the beach, innit?